In the US, the government shutdown has entered its third day with the threat of job cuts hanging over staff and the pause of public programmes. President Trump has threatened mass layoffs, arguing it's an unprecedented opportunity to look at cuts at what he called Democrat agencies. There's no end in sight, with Democrats and Republicans at odds over how to settle the funding dispute. Lawmakers are expected to try to resolve things with a vote in the Senate today. I'm joined by Shannon Felton-Spence from Harvard's Belfer Centre. Thanks very much for being with us. Are the pauses in some of the programmes taking effect yet? Is the public starting to feel it?
I think that the public will start to feel it really going into next week, but certainly the public servants that work for the government have already felt it. You know, when we go into a government shutdown, they're typically about a week long, but the longest one was actually under President Trump the first time, it's 35 days. Those federal workers are not getting paid. Some of them are just furloughed. Others of them are expected to come to work without pay. But, you know, the mortgage bill still comes, the car insurance bill still comes, and they are just not having those paychecks come in. So they are certainly feeling it acutely at the moment, and the public will start to feel it soon.
What are the key policy areas, do you think, that could shape whether there is a resolution to this and, you know, the whole politicisation of this?
Well, I think that the politics of this are the most interesting. So the Democrats have really dug in on healthcare subsidies, and that is not something that the president is going to budge on because it is part of his Keystone bill, the big, beautiful bill. And so I think that we are a long way from a deal. And the politics of this are that I think that the Democrats are feeling from their voter base probably an artificial adrenaline rush at this moment. Like I said, I'm not sure that most people are feeling it at the tiller in their pocketbooks yet, the government shutdown or not being able to access their services. But this is really the first time that the party, the Democrats, have stood up to Trump since Trump took office earlier this year. And so there is a little bit of a rush right now that good, we're finally doing something, we're finally pushing back, but I don't see the president or the Republicans backing down anytime soon. And so there is going to be some real pain and some real delay in services that are going to come. And, you know, the holdout is going to start to affect Democrats who are going to say, come on, just get a deal done so that we can reopen up the government. And we're going into a midterm year, so this is actually very important. That's what Donald Trump is banking on.
And we've heard from Donald Trump that he's targeting what he calls Democrat agencies and talking about Russell Voigt, you know, trying to work out which programs could be axed.
Yeah, so absolutely. And also, he said on his Truth Social last night that he couldn't believe that the Democrats had given him this unprecedented opportunity to do what he wanted to do anyways, which is wind down the EPA, you know, totally wind down the Education Department, wind down HUD. And this messaging that is coming from Donald Trump is a political athlete. He is a political animal. He understands his base. He understands what riles people up. And I am not sure that the Democrats have that same sort of animal instinct that Donald Trump has. And I think that this is going to show. He's not going to give in. He's, you know, the art of the deal. He is a hard negotiator, and he is going to stay firm until Democratic states, Democratic voters really, really feel the pain, and they start to think, what can we do to soften this up? And they're only going to turn against their own representatives. And so going into a midterm year, you know, if nothing changed, if we didn't go into a shutdown, maybe the Democrats pick up a couple House seats, but Donald Trump's approval rating has stayed the same since April. You know, this is a very, very difficult political environment for the Democrats. And this shutdown, I think, it is a real risk for them.
Shannon Felton-Spence from Harvard's Belfer Centre, thank you very much indeed for your time.